Guys, welcome to episode 9 of the two-player co-op vidcast, where Craig and I are just going to be talking about video games, what's new, what's coming up, what's released, all that kind of good stuff. I'm player 1, Trent.
And I'm player 2, Craig.
Craig, man, how are you doing?
I am good. I just finished season 1 of Breaking Bad. I know.
A little behind. A little behind.
Very
there.
behind. I was at work, and I already know I kind of already know the ending. And the guy I'm working with he's like, "Oh, you just started watching Breaking Bad?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm really excited." He's like, "Huh, Walt dies."
Whoa! Spoiler alert!
I know. It's like, good Gandhi.
Well, Craig, so you just spoiled it for everybody else out there.
Oh, it's but real talk. Who did not see this coming? Even in the beginning of the show, I had a feeling.
You should have seen us all speculating at work of whether Walt was going to die or whether everyone was going to die. It's good stuff. I mean, it's not the destination; it's the journey, right? And
exactly.
The journey has been good for you so far, I'm sure.
Yeah.
With Breaking Bad, terrific television show. Been playing anything lately, man?
I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII. A lot of Final Fantasy VII. I've been streaming it a lot, actually, so look forward to me streaming. I'll mostly try to stream on Tuesdays, but then sometimes I'll just pick it up and play on a Saturday night or Sunday or something like that.
So look at your email or whatever for Craig playing Final Fantasy VII. It takes I like watching people play, not Japanese RPGs, but just RPGs in general. I remember watching some guy play Fallout on Twitch that was just completely role-playing to the T. I was like, man, that'd be fun to do, and it was a lot of fun to see what he'd choose, despite even if he didn't want to pick it or whatever. So,
yeah, I think the biggest reason I'm playing Final Fantasy VII again is I saw a guy do a speed run of Final Fantasy VII, and it's so crazy the strategy behind the game on how to progress. Because basically, at that point you get Cat Saith, you use him pretty much the whole entire time, and you keep him at low health, so that way when he gets his limit break, he's able to do the slots to where he can get death and kill the boss or whatever. And it's so incredibly strategic and interesting on how they do it, and it's so hard. I saw a guy who was around 6 hours died and he just quit the game. He's like, well, let's start this over again. He started over again. I was like, how are you doing that?
I don't know, man. That's like the people who speed race Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. Wind Waker's another big one. Takes hours and hours. I mean, and you have to do it continuously, and that's why people use Twitch as proof, because all these people are shooting for those world records of beating the best time in the world. And if you guys haven't seen people speedrun games, it's incredible. I love watching Symphony of the Night speedruns. Those are super fun.
Yeah.
And I love Ocarina of Time speedruns because there's so many different types of speedruns you can do, 100% or just bare minimum fastest you can beat the game no matter what, with any glitches that you can utilize. Because it's hard stuff. It's you gotta do this glitch at this time, and if you don't make this, and if you don't do it at this time, then it's just done, So it's really cool, and I've been enjoying watching you play Final Fantasy VII. It makes me want to play it, but then I'm like, I don't really need to play it because you're playing it. I can just live vicariously through Craig playing all these Japanese RPGs.
I know. Well, it's been forever since I played it, so it's all good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's nice to come back to a game that you really enjoy. I played a little bit of Street Fighter on stream last week. You can actually see our archive posts on saltpop.net. We just put episode 8 up, and also all the videos. I don't know if you saw, Craig, all the videos that we streamed that last week are also up on
I saw that.
So there's that. So I played some Street Fighter and some Spelunky, and then I put all 3 of your Final Fantasy VII parts, which equate to 5-6 hours already.
I know.
Pretty awesome. I guess we can get into what we want to talk about this week, right?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll on into what you want to talk about this week.
There is a game that came out a couple years ago, actually, but it is being re-released, I guess you can say, in a director's cut. And when I say re-released, what I mean is already been released this week on Tuesday, I believe, yesterday. It is Deus Ex Human Revolution director's cut, And I'm just going to have the trailer play here in the background. Craig, did you ever play Human Revolution?
I did. I played Human Revolution I guess about 2 years ago or something like that, and I really enjoyed the game. I liked it a lot. I played more stealth-wise throughout the whole entire game because I'm not really a guy who likes to go out guns blazing, killing everyone. Just because, like, when I played the original Deus Ex on the PC, like years and years ago, I did the same thing. I was pretty much stealth the whole time. But yeah, I really like this game. I love the style. I love the artwork, and just the way they like made this game is really impressive. And like gameplay wise, it's really fun too. I don't know. There's just so much to this game that, you know, the fact that they're remaking it again for the Wii U is totally okay.
Yeah,
because it's awesome.
Yeah, I guess it gives me one more reason to mess around with the Wii U because I don't know. A big part of me wants to play the Wii U, but also at the same time, it's just like, well, I'd buy it for Wind Waker, a game that I played like 10 years ago. It just doesn't make much sense. But what they're doing is re-releasing the game here. It's called the Director's Cut Edition. And you have improved boss battles, which was a huge problem with the first game. You know, you said you played more stealthy. I did as well. So I didn't really get a chance to mess with the bosses or have big boss fights. I saved up all my rockets with my rocket launcher, and when it came time for the boss fight, one rocket and they're done.
Yeah.
So I didn't really do the boss fights because I was being so stealthy, and which was so enjoyable. It's one of my favorite games when you're being stealthy. But apparently when you're trying to not be stealthy and actually use weapons, there's a huge disconnect tonally from how the game plays and how the boss battles played out. So they redid those boss battles. New AI and graphics, so better graphics there. You know, and as you're seeing on screen here, extra functionality with the Wii Pad. You know, a bunch of different things that you can do with the Wii Pad, or how you're able to interact with the game. There's commentary, which is kind of cool, especially with how cool this game actually is, like how much went into it, how much lore is there. And on one of our previous episodes, we talked about the Deus Ex universe that they're going to do. So they talk about all the thought that went into there. It makes, and this isn't just for Wii U, actually. This is going to be for PC, PS3, Xbox 360
Oh, is
as
it?
well.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you because if you want to enjoy the extra graphics, the extra basically content. I mean, they added a lot of new content to it. Let's just be honest. And if you want to enjoy that as well, you can go ahead and pick it up for your 360, PS3, or PC. If you missed it, I highly suggest picking it up. It is worth every second of playing. And I think they are offering a copy of the original release and an upgrade offer for those who purchased the Missing Link downloadable content in addition to the original release. There's a bunch of stuff they're doing there. But I really want to play it again now, and I might stream it. This is one game that I would love to stream if I got it for the PC, and I might look into doing that, actually. So watch out for that, because damn, I love this game. And I think I'll go through Guns Blazing because I never played through the games Guns Blazing, unfortunately.
That'd be a fun way to play the game, just like killing everyone, not giving a single shit about who's alive and not.
It would be, because in the game there's the system, the Typhoon system, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Where I guess you shoot grenades out of your body. I don't know. I mean, it was an offensive move that I never got to use, and it sounded awesome, and I was kind of disappointed that I never got to use it or play around with it. So I might do that. So that'll be fun. So that's what released, again, on October 22nd, yesterday, I believe. It released. And so there's something to look into there. Going to go ahead, and that's really... Can you think of anything that recently released? That's all that I really saw.
That's seriously all I can think of. Let me see if there's anything else. Keep going, though. I'll see if there's something else.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. We're just going to move on.
Yeah, I'm going to say there isn't, though.
Okay.
Oh, wait. The Stanley Parable came out, but we don't have much to talk about since neither of us know much about it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the Stanley Parable has been making its rounds on the internet anyways. Sorry to say, if you want to find out more about it, I haven't touched it at all. I would just go to, like, anywhere. Any video game website, basically. They're all talking about it. Gonna move on to some other things, releases that are coming up. A couple games coming out Friday. One of which is Batman Arkham Origins. This is really worrisome to me because so many games are coming out, and
Yep.
I still have other games that I haven't quite played yet.
It's the classic gamer syndrome. There's so many good games, but I can only play a little at a time.
Yeah, it's just not a good look. Not a good look. This game comes out. When does this game come out?
October 25th.
October 25th, which is this Friday, so in a few days. A lot of people are excited for this game, as they should be. I think it looks fantastic. Unfortunately for me, I probably won't be able to pick it up that soon. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to pick this game up. I might wait until... And I don't know if you can look up, Craig. I don't know if it's going to be on PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Again, I hate...
I know.
I hate this period
Check.
where it's just like, well, what should I pick it up for? Is it going to be on this? Is it going to be on the new gen or current gen or whatever? I think it's only going to be on the current generation of games.
Yeah, it's only coming out for 360 and PS3.
I love what this game looks like. It looks like it's going to be a lot more action oriented when you're facing the assassins. I love that we get to see Bruce Wayne, which is not something we really got to see in the previous games. We got to see him in Arkham City a little bit at the beginning before he put on his batsuit.
Yeah.
But not in this context. I feel like he's a lot more aggressive and less put together, and so we get to see a more raw Batman, or more raw Bruce Wayne. And it looks freaking sweet. After this trailer, I do want to show the TV spot that they have, which is just epic. I don't know if you've seen it.
Is it the one where it shows like the different versions of Wayne growing up?
Yeah, it is. It is really, really cool. It's something that you can't really miss. I think that's Two-Face before he's Two-Face. I don't know, man. It just looks amazing.
It just looks incredibly well done. I'm excited for it. Like, I don't know when I'll pick it up. Like, it'll be a while. Which
Let's be
kind of
honest,
sucks
so many games, right?
Yeah,
it's tough. And then PS3 is coming out soon.
Yeah, the problem with games, like, when there's so many good games that come out at the same time, like, you want to play them all, but, like, it's so hard to avoid spoilers whenever you, like, go to Reddit or on Facebook or, like, Twitter or anything like that. And, like, obviously, it's an origin story. Like, I don't say it's an exact origin story, but it's an origin of Batman, so it's like, it's not like you're expecting, like, some sort of, like, hyped Batman, how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, but I don't know. I just don't want to have anything ruined in this game because it looks so good.
It does look so good, and just playing the YouTube Arkham Origins TV spot 2. It's a really artsy, well put together flash of Bruce Wayne's life and how he becomes Batman, and it's just really, really, it just gives me all those emotions and feelings for Bruce Wayne and his trip to becoming Batman. I really want to play. I don't want to give in. So I have family coming into town this weekend. So even if I did buy it as when it came out, I'm not going to be able to get to play it, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of cool pre-order bonuses, and I think we could have a whole cast based around our opinions on pre-order bonuses.
And well, couldn't you like just put like $5 down and then pick it up later?
I think it expires at some point. It does, yeah. And it does suck in that way. Yeah, I really hate that. It's like I don't really want to even support it. And plus, most of the time, it just comes out anyways. In that DLC, and I'll just do that. Like, I really don't care. I don't think it should. I don't know. I have a whole other opinion on pre-order bonuses and how I think it's just the worst part of the industry. Maybe not the worst, but it's just definitely not necessary, and it's not helpful to the industry. It detracts from the game itself, which is never a good thing. But Arkham Origins, surprisingly excited. Third installments of any series tend to go downhill, especially when you say, this is going to be a prequel. Yeah. Never really bodes well as far as that goes. So this one looks great. I think it's going to be fantastic. I don't think anybody has anything to worry about on this one.
Yeah, seriously. And
I know you're a huge fan of the other two installments. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be, it's Batman. That's all you need.
It's Batman. We'll play.
Well, yeah, no joke. So that comes out Friday, and I believe this other game that we're about to go over also comes out Friday, Craig.
29th, actually.
Oh, okay, 29th. Let me see. Did I even write? I wrote it down, people.
Yeah, you wrote
I
it down.
wrote it down for everyone, and I'm just wrong. This is actually going to be Battlefield 4, and we're going to let this trailer play out for a little while because it's actually around 6 minutes long. Let me tell you a little bit something, Craig. I'm so done with first-person shooter games, right? I've not played a first-person shooter since Halo 4, I think, and that was a long time ago. Like, I played it basically when it came out and haven't touched it since then. And Craig, why don't you tell everybody your thoughts and feelings on first-person shooters?
I'm pretty much the same way. Like, I don't know, like I don't play a lot, so if I were to pick one up and play it for a while, it'd be like refreshing because I do play a lot of RPGs, and like I never really get sick of them, which is weird. But for first-person shooters, I just hate the saturation of the market. How there's just so many, and like they all feel the same. I don't know. It's sometimes just fun to just pick up like a first-person shooter and just play with a bunch of buddies, for like 3 hours or so one night and just bullshit.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. It's fun, but like I don't know. I'm just sick of like Call of Duty. It's they can make the best Call of Duty, and regardless, I'll still just be like, I'm still sick of it. And the same thing goes for Battlefield. Even though like the whole like destruction of stuff looks really cool. Obviously, like in this gameplay video, it showed how like you're walking by and then like cement starts flying off because the guy started shooting you and like they hit the wall or the monument or statue.
Yeah, and just the
like,
rebar is showing through.
That stuff is cool and stuff. I guess I hate the community more than anything else.
The community is definitely different. It's definitely a very tight community in such as that it's got a very distinctive feel to it. And when you say I'm sick of Call of Duty games, I think that's a legitimate. Wow, that was actually really cool. He shot the pillar out, and a tank came down. That was actually really cool. It's the same sort of thing, right? Call of Duty, Battlefield, same sort of feel. It's got the same sort of thing going on. But I gotta say, especially with Titanfall coming out in March, I think March 11th is what they said. And then Battlefield 4, which is coming out the 29th, but it's also coming out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, if I'm not mistaken. Which I don't know why you would buy it on the 29th and not wait until you get the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 to play it.
Right.
And along with Call of Duty Ghosts, these and Titanfall, I'm interested in all three, and I honestly believe I'm going to get all three. Battlefield 4, for me, looks awesome. We're watching a multiplayer gameplay trailer right now. You can get into a boat and start driving around. You can destroy environments, which is really cool. You can destroy skyscrapers and stuff from what I've seen, and they have a really great advertising campaign. If you haven't already seen it, if you go to Twitch very often, you've probably seen it, or if you use Hulu Plus, I actually see it on there quite a bit. They use this advertising campaign where they just have somebody tell what their favorite experience was playing this game, and one is his helicopter runs into a building, and so he ejects, and then he starts flying down, and he shoots the windows out of a skyscraper, parachutes down, lands, and starts firing at the opposite team. Like, the fact that you are able to do that in this game, it sounds cliche, it sounds corny, right?
It's so Michael Bay.
Right. It sounds like, well, that's a pretty corny advertising campaign, but it works for me. It's just like, I can't think of any game where I've been able to do that in a multiplayer setting. I think I want to do that. And of course, like you said, market saturated, it's getting old, but guess what? Xbox One's coming, PlayStation 4 coming. It's a new type of setting, new type of environment, and that means a new way to play these games. And I think I'm excited again. And after seeing this trailer, Craig, what do you think? Is your interest peaked at all in what Battlefield 4 might have to offer for you?
I think, I don't know, because like I'm gonna be playing Killzone because I love the Killzone series.
Is that multiplayer? I'm sorry, I never played the Killzones.
I love the Killzone series. It's really fun, and like the Calzone series. I was thinking that in my head.
The Calzone. Oh, and apparently there's what is that, smart tablet where you can fire missiles in multiplayer?
That's really cool.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Like this game just looks really well done. I don't know. it's like I want to like it a lot, but at the same time, I have that just hipster gamer where I'm just like, this is not a first-person shooter game, but it looks really impressive, and it shows that they've done a good job on it. And for this game coming out on the next console, it'll keep gamers occupied for a really long time, which is what you want to do on a game. A lot of replay value is definitely going to be on this game.
Yeah,
that's always cool.
I really feel like everybody's jumping out of a window. I don't know why. Oh, they're skydiving.
Yeah. Michael Bay.
And then they're parachuting down. See, I just feel like the fact that you can parachute and jump off of buildings and then go back to the ground level, it works. I mean, this map is huge. Also, are you seeing this? This is like 2 city blocks separated by the river, and that building is coming down. Wow.
That's so cool.
An entire skyscraper came down on that guy. And this is multiplayer, man. Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're definitely witnessing the next level of console generation, and it looks great. I'm for it. Like it says right there, going to be on October 29th. So go ahead and you can pre-order that for the China Rising expansion pack. Again, I don't want to talk about that kind of shit, but I think I'm going to buy all 3 of them: Titanfall, Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4. I really want to experience what next generation console shooters have to offer, because I remember last generation with Call of Duty 4, which just blew my mind. It completely revolutionized the first-person shooting genre, and I want to be a part of that again. So looking forward to that, man. I really am. Speaking of installments, and speaking of the 4th installment, we're going to go ahead and move on to Assassin's Creed 4 here. Just going to show off the Black Flag trailer, which has been making the rounds in a lot of places. Craig, just want your gut reaction on Assassin's Creed 4. Have you seen trailers? Have you seen what this game has to offer, and what are your thoughts?
I remember going to Comic-Con. I've talked about this before. I sat on the panel, the Assassin's Creed panel, because the next panel afterwards was the Capcom panel. And,
do we need to talk about the Capcom panel?
I think my is all I need to say. But I remember sitting in the panel, and just because, I played the first Assassin's Creed and the second one. I really liked them, but then afterwards I just kind of got bored and just it's the same gameplay, whatever. But when I was sitting in the panel, I was really impressed on what they're trying to achieve in this game. It feels so much more different compared to the other ones, because basically in the story, the main character, who is a pirate, is basically being persuaded by both sides. You got the Crusaders,
it's the Crusaders,
and the Assassins. He's being persuaded to join both of them, and at the same time, he has his his pirate background where he just wants to be a pirate. And so it's interesting because the guy who does the voice acting for the main character talked about how this assassin is more or less pointing towards joining the Crusaders. And I think the story itself, if that's the case, that's really interesting, because in the other Assassin's Creed stories, they're all oh, the assassin is true blue assassin. He's got a lot of honor.
Completely against the Crusaders.
Yeah. This one is completely against it, character-wise. I think that's very fascinating, and I hope it works out for them story-wise, because there's nothing more boring than just the same crap, and this is a way for them to add something new to not just the gameplay but the story. And that's my impression. I don't think I'll pick it up, which is hard for me to say, because I'll recommend it to anybody to play if that's what they're trying to achieve, but I don't think I'll pick it up.
Yeah, so it's the Knights Templar. It's Assassins Templar versus Knights Templar. My last argument with Battlefield 4, Call of Duty, all that, is sort of my argument here for Assassin's Creed. I also played the first, and I also played the second, and I thought the second was close to a perfect game, man. If not a perfect game, it was so enjoyable and so much fun. That was one of the games I platinumed on my PlayStation 3, and again, I feel like this is another game where it's kicking it up to the next level because of the next generation of video games. This will be available. I think it comes out on October 29th. Maybe they'll tell us here.
Yeah, October 29th is when it comes out.
again, I don't know why you wouldn't wait for it to play on the next generation of video game consoles. I highly suggest that you should. Again, more unlockable stuff, if you pre-order, blah blah. Of course, that's just the next generation of stuff that we're going to deal with. It's on. Look at all those formats. It's on PC, Wii U, 360, PS3, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Notice how the PC's on top. All hell the master race.
Because it has the ugliest box
And how the
art.
PS4 is the first one shown.
No, you can't. You can't have it that way. You can't have it. PC is top, but then PlayStation 4 is on the bottom, but it's the first shown.
I'm just saying.
So what we use second best? Yeah.
Well, I guess apparently the PlayStation 4 version has 60 additional minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, I think that's only if you pre-order. I don't
That's
know
probably was the
anymore.
pre-order crap.
It's probably with pre-order. I don't know. Maybe it's just PlayStation exclusive. I don't know. I saw that on Hulu Plus, and I'm just like, bleh, kill me now.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of shit. I guess it's not as bad as pre-order. It's just console war stuff, right? Of course,
Yeah.
that's going to be happening, and that's, I think, more acceptable because you have a choice. Whereas if you miss pre-order, you miss a pre-order. Good luck with that. That's just not cool at all. And it's really like, well, if I pre-order and buy it now, then I can get the pre-order stuff, and that's what I really want. And it's like, no, budget, people, be responsible. Don't play it in your own time. Don't fall into that kind of stuff. I want to play the game. I don't know, man. I remember playing Assassin's Creed 2 and being really excited and playing the next game, which was Brotherhood, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, I can't play through a whole nother game with the exact same gameplay and game mechanics. This is really tough. So, I mean, take it for what you will. It's the same stuff. If you're familiar with Assassin's Creed, it's the same stuff, except albeit more beautiful and a bigger world and more naval combat, which was available in the third one. I'll see what's up. It's Assassin's Creed 4, but it's also not related, as far as I know, to the previous installments, so might be worth looking into. I don't know when I'll get it. Once I get my Xbox One, I'm just gonna go crazy and get all kinds of games, dude. I can already feel it. So let's move on, and we're actually gonna move on to our Kickstarter portion of the of our vidcast. Now, with the Kickstarter portion, we basically want to highlight three. We're just gonna give you some ideas of some video games that you guys can support. You give money to. You get the game, depending on how much money you get. Of course, you don't have to. You can just support, give a few bucks to them. And they get to publish their game, and everybody wins. It's great. I'm a huge proponent of it. It's a consumer-driven market, right, where the consumers pick what gets published and what doesn't. It's really good, and you and I are huge fans, for better or worse, for supporting more Kickstarters than we should. So why don't we go ahead and talk about the first one that we have up here. If I am correct, Craig, you weren't familiar with this until today. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, is this the Confederate Express?
It is the Confederate Express one. I'm just going to bring it up here really quickly. Of course, OBS always having technical difficulties when it comes to doing Internet Explorer, but basically, and I'm sorry, Craig, I do want you to talk about this, but I want you to talk about it once I get it pulled up here. It is incredibly cool looking. The kind of pixelated style. I'm really jealous, to be honest, of how beautiful their pixel art is. And we have it playing up on the screen now. Kind of explain, and you're a huge fan of art styles here, so kind of explain the art style, what it reminds you of, and then maybe we can start talking about the gameplay.
I looked at it, and the first thing that popped to my mind is LucasArts game that's basically based from Hotline Miami with zombies.
So when you say LucasArts game, like the old point-and-click adventure
like
kind of stuff?
point-and-click adventure, like those old, like if you played it in the like Indiana Jones, Sam and Max, The Day of the Tentacle, all those older games, plus zombies, and add some Hotline Miami into it, a slower-paced version. That's what came to my mind when I first saw this game. Yeah,
so it's not quite the top down. It's more of an isometric view, right?
Yeah.
And it looks really awesome. I'm just going to play the gameplay again. Very beautiful pixelated art. I can see what you mean in Hotline Miami, where the pixel art is reminiscent of it, as well as the music. Music's super groovy,
yeah,
right?
Definitely music for sure.
And what the gameplay is you deliver packages, and I guess if I'm reading it right, I read through the Kickstarter. They are randomly generated levels. You're able to basically you just keep going and going, and you go through various events, and the more difficult the delivery of the package, the greater the rewards. You get more gear. There's rare items, and I believe you can have permanent death depending on how far you get. So you get far,
so cool.
and then it's like, oh, you messed up, permanent death, start all over again. And if I remember correctly, and I do kind of just want to look here and find, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's a rogue-like type of game.
Yes.
So
that's possible.
For those who aren't aware of what that is, that means it's a randomly generated mission every time. And I want to make sure, okay, locations. And I want to see what you think of this. Every single level is completely unique, and the game map is generated every time a new delivery begins. It is a challenging and engaging experience every time you play. Remember, the shortest path is not always the best. Does that sound like it's a randomly generated map every time? It kind of does, right? And if that's the case, oh boy, I'm all over this. The combat looks super, super cool. You're like shooting zombies, you're shooting monsters. There's different crew members that you can hire before a delivery. There's a ton of loot scattered. You got moddable weapons, tactile equipment, high-tech gadgets, and rare unlockable items hidden in secret locations. Who doesn't like rare, hard-to-find items in secret locations, Craig? I know you do.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Love it. I love finding wall with meat in it.
They have their Kickstarter is Confederate Express. You can Google Kickstarter Confederate Express. It looks awesome. Every single object in the game is a 2D sprite. So that is incredible. And it's complicated. Sprites are complicated because you have to render each frame with a different sprite, and that's difficult, man. That is not easy, and that's why I'm really, really impressed, because the sprites are gorgeous. I don't know if I've seen more gorgeous sprites or a cooler art style, so it's awesome. And I think $10 entry fee. If you go ahead and donate $10 to the Kickstarter, you get the game, and that's
so good.
That is really great. It's got a very modest $10,000 goal. It's at $4,000 right now with 27 days to go.
It's going to make it.
It'll make it. It's a really cool, unique-looking game. I haven't seen it I haven't seen it have the spotlight on it anywhere else. I don't know about you, Craig. I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't.
On any of the sites that I frequent or any of the other news sites that I go to. So invest in it while you can, man. It is great. We're just going to pull it up here. Let's see. On screen, just so you can see where it's at. See there, 282 backers, $4,000, 27 days ago. It looks fantastic. I'll put $10 down for this easily. It's the DRM-free version of the game, so you'll be able to get that. And then I think $25 for the
early access
beta. So that's always nice. Anything else you want to add to that, Craig? Impressions on, maybe even excited for, since it's a seemingly roguelike game. I don't know, because if they're saying it's rendered with sprites, I don't know if, I guess maybe randomly generated sprites, maybe.
Well, the thing that I really like about it is the crew aspect. It's like before every mission, you're debriefed with a delivery task, obviously, and then every character that you encounter is unique. They have different skills, and then some might be available, some might not be available, and they have different dialogue that they can use and stuff. And that's just cool, because it's it really then feels like a survival game, because you're obviously trying to get from one to deliver a package, but then you meet somebody and then they're like, hey, I need some help, and they might give you a quest or something. This game just looks really well done.
Unique.
And unique, for sure.
Don't want to be throwing that word around too much, but it definitely does look unique, and I'm excited for it. I'm glad I found it. I honestly was just taken in by that image when I was browsing. It's really hard to find Kickstarters that aren't just being popular or already being massively funded. They don't have just a video game or game section that's sorted by most recently updated. You have to look at all the Kickstarters that have just been most recently submitted. So I just saw the thumbnail of the image that you see on screen, just the shotgun on the delivery box, which is really cool. It's all pixelated and everything. It's all pixel art. I was like, man, that's awesome pixel art. And then I was like, the game looks awesome too. This is great. So I mean, yay or nay, worth supporting on that. What do you think?
For $10, yay.
Yay, $10. The entry fee is definitely worth it. So Kickstart. I think Confederate Express has been kickstarted by 2-player co-op here. We'll definitely. Here's my money. There you go.
Yeah.
Just gonna move on to another Kickstarter. Typically, we only have 2 because, like I said, it's slim pickings for the most part. But Craig actually found another one that looked pretty awesome just by the art style itself. We'll pick that up after this one. This one is called Beeswing or Beeswing. Beeswing probably is the more correct way to pronounce that, I would imagine. This is big surprise, an Earthbound inspired RPG. It's also inspired by Link's Awakening and Illusion of Gaia, which is another game I loved. All 3 games I loved. I don't know if you saw the video before we started casting, Craig, when I linked it to you. What do you think of the art style? We're going to go ahead and skip this guy. I know.
Dude, I love the art style. Like, obviously, we'll just wait for it to be showcased here.
Here we go. Here's the art style.
I just love it because it reminds me of, like, if a child were to, like, pick up a bunch of watercolors and stuff like that. Like, a bunch of kids are like, hey, let's make a video game. And they're like, oh, cool. Like, this will be, like, the main row. This will be our main character. Like, there's just so many different styles of art that it's really impressive, and that you're able to, like, move around and talk to these people that don't look the same. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really I want to say unique. It's different though.
Yeah,
it is a
really
complete.
different.
I've never seen anything like this. It's like if you cut out cardboard and made like a stop motion film. That's basically how it's looking, and then watercolored it, like Craig was saying. You put watercolors on the cardboard or drew some guys on it, you know. And it's an RPG. It's based off his life, and it looks. I mean, yeah, it's a role-playing game. It looks pretty great. His art style is I would say very stands out among the rest. And this game looks like it. I don't know. I'm sort of torn because the art style is so different. I feel like it's very polarizing, and I don't know if I can see myself playing a game like this. Very, very indie, of course, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is as independent as it gets as far as art style goes. It has 141 backers. Has a 2,200.
It made its goal already.
50-pound goal. Made its goal. It's at 2,409. It's got 24 days to go. That's amazing. 141 people for 2,400 pounds. That's people. What have they been doing? I guess they had a lot of 10-pound backers, 37 of them.
Yeah.
So 370. A lot of 50-pound backers and 3 145-pound backers, surprisingly. Wow. For his 145-pound pledge, I will make a small game just for you with original graphics, music, and a theme of your choosing.
That's awesome.
That's
Damn, that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's 232 American dollars there, just if you're curious. He makes it's handmade graphics, painted. It's more about, this is more about the like you said, pre-32-bit RPG games. It's more about the story, it looks like, more about the journey. It says good endings and better endings, so it's got that multiple endings aspect to it. Definitely, as far as the humor, maybe inspired through there with Earthbound. After looking at this RPG game, and I think it's only, let's see what the early access digital copy looks like. £5.
It's probably around like $7-10.
It's $8. So $8, okay. And you get the copy of the game as well as an early access digital copy of it. So it's pretty good. It's very, very non-committal. as far as kickstarting. What do you think, Craig? Two-player Craig, would you kickstart this?
I would. I want to see the like. I want to see gameplay, like as far as like the action RPG segments, if there is any.
I wasn't able to see any in the preview, and which you want to assume that there is, right?
Yeah, for sure.
With
especially
the
if they say
influences.
2 RPG. Yeah.
But again, no, nothing that I can see as far as that goes. Still, though, I mean, he's already been kickstarted. He met his goal, so there's no to be like, oh man, I should really kickstart this, otherwise he won't be able to do it. There's no pressure there.
Yeah, for sure.
But still, it's a unique experience, and you don't get to see that every day. And again, it just has 24 days to go, and felt pretty unique to me. I think I did see this on a website somewhere. I'm not sure, but it's flying a little bit below the radar there. I would kickstart it for $8.
Oh yeah,
I think that's worth it. I think that's more than worth it, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very, like I said, very non-committal. You could throw that out. You could throw $8 away on like lunch one day, never see that money again. But then you could do the same on this, which it wouldn't be throwing it away, and then you'll get a game. So, which you can spend hours and hours with. So, I think another Kickstarter that we would greenlight as far as support. Want to do one more? Craig, you up for doing one more?
I'm all for doing one more. Let's do it.
Let's do it. This one is going to be called Night in the Woods. Let me scroll up. I'm sorry, I was reading it before we got the cast started because Craig just linked it to me. What's really noticeable about this one is the art style. Like once you see it in action, it's incredible. And it's so funny because the programmer who does this game did very different art style previous to this, or worked with a different art style. But then when he works with this guy, it's just gorgeous. It looks like a cartoon show, man. If you see it online, and it's more of a exploration, almost like what it sounds like a Metroidvania. You gain different skills to access different areas. I don't want to say it is like that necessarily, but you do explore different areas by getting new skills. And it looks beautiful, man. I mean, just looking at it, it looks... Can you just animate this into a cartoon and I'd watch it?
Seriously, it'd be an awesome cartoon if they did that.
Really, though, it looks like it's got a unique story. It looks like it's solid as far as the storytelling goes. It's got 29 days to go. It's already made, so it's been up for a day. It's already made half its goal of $50,000. So it's got a $25,000. I'm going to play that again because it is worth watching again with how gorgeous it is. Already 865 backers. Let me pause this really quickly because let's take a look. I think it's probably going to be, $15. You get a full copy. That's awesome. $15 is a lot. I mean, that's, I think, to be expected when you're kickstarting a game to get access to the game itself.
Mm-hmm. Especially
really
if it's like an
reasonable.
indie game like this.
Yeah, and the art itself is just worth mentioning on this. It's really, really unique. If you take a look at their Kickstarter website, you get to see a bunch of how the art is done, and how they render it in game, which I love looking at. I love looking at behind the scenes stuff like that. And the music is incredible. Just in this 1 minute and 15 second trailer, the music just makes me feel great. I don't know. It looks like an indie animated film, does it not?
Yeah.
Like not a game, but like an indie animated film. Like I'm gonna go to my local independent movie theater and watch this because it looks great. What do you think? Would you kickstart this?
I'd throw my money at this thing in a heartbeat because, like, I look at the art style and it reminds me of like stuff that looks like the art looks like a children's book. Honestly, like this could be like a children's book, but it looks so much more deeper because, like, basically the premise is you're the main character is May the cat, and she basically dropped out of college and she's going through life back at home. So it just looks really, really interesting, really pretty, and like you said, the guy who did all the programming has done a lot of different things, and this is completely different than what he's done. And I would definitely throw my money at this just for how great it looks aesthetically, and I'm sure the story is well done as well. But
and which is to say nothing of the music, which I was speaking on earlier. Again, I just want to play what is available to listen to on their Kickstarter. Another piece of music. Who is Alec? They say Alec. I'm sure his full name is mentioned earlier, and I can probably control F it.
it's Alec Halo. Wow.
Alec
He's
Holowaka,
Canadian.
Aquaria. And the animator Scott Benson. Hats off to you, Scott Benson. This is addicting, high quality, gorgeous art. I think man, if we add it up, that would be a good $33 to kickstart all of these. That's quite expensive, especially depending on your job and in this economy, right? So let's vote for the one that we would want to kickstart the most. Craig, out of those three, Confederate Express, Beeswing, Night in the Woods, what do we kickstart?
Okay, well, let's talk about every Kickstarter's strengths here. I mean, Night of the Woods obviously visually looks amazing. The animation is well done. Beeswing just looks interesting. It's just a dynamic game. And then Confederate Express just looks like a fun game that has, a lot of replay value.
Let's eliminate one. Let's eliminate one so that we can choose from one or the other. Which is not going to stand the test here?
Beeswing for me.
Beeswing's going to be for me too. I appreciate what he's doing with that. It's just a little too far out there for me. And maybe not so much that as the two games that it's being stood up against are just very high quality.
The competition is just too high.
It's fierce. The competition is fierce. Night in the Woods and Confederate Express. Go, Craig. Which one are you going to kickstart?
Damn it. My gut feeling is Night in the Woods.
Really? You want to explain why?
There's just so many different games that I could play that if I wanted to keep playing it over and over again for replay value, I have that already. But to play a game that looks so cool, I mean, the animation is just very fluid, very beautiful, and I love story-based games. I can't tell you how many times, my childhood was basically spent on playing those click adventure games for a good 5 years, and I still play them to this day. And this game, to be able to have an adventure that's story based, that's more appealing to me than anything else, really, unless it has JRPG elements.
You make a good point. I was going to say it might be too easy to make that decision for the common gamer, right? Because the gameplay aspects of Confederate Express are so heavy.
Oh yeah,
and
the gameplay
fun.
Is so good.
Well, from what it seems, that it may be an easy choice. But your argument is actually pretty good. I'm surprised. There are so many games out there that you're able to replay over and over. Spelunky comes to mind.
Yep.
As far as roguelike games go, but Night in the Woods seems like a once in a lifetime experience. It's very unique. I'm going to say it's unique. That art style is so very beautiful, and you don't get to see a video game that looks like that very often, if at all. I don't think I ever have. It looks like I'm playing a cartoon show, and that's very, very rare. So I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and kickstart Confederate Express. You do Night in the Woods. That way, we'll two-player co-op will own a copy of each. And once all these Kickstarters start flowing in, dude, all of these Kickstarters that we've done, we can start streaming them for you guys. It'll be a great experience. But until then, I think I have 4 or 5 in my backlog. I did end up supporting RimWorld as well, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I kickstarted that, so we're good to go there. So I'll have access to that game soon, hopefully, and that'll be fun to play. But right, Night in the Woods and Confederate. I gotta go with Confederate Express. Your argument makes me lean towards Night in the Woods, I feel like, but if we support, it's gonna make its goal. I'm not worried about it there, right. So might as well get one of each, right, and support one of each from two-player co-op. So we'll do that. We'll support. Craig will support Night in the Woods. I'll support Confederate Express, and we'll each have that and perhaps stream it. It looks so fun from a gameplay perspective, and honestly, as much as I am impressed by the art style of Night in the Woods and how gorgeous it is, the pixel art in Confederate Express is mind-blowing. It's incredible. I don't think I've seen that kind of high.
Did you show the zombie animation?
Yeah, let me go back and show that because it
that's
is
just amazing.
It really is. And let's see if it's in my history here. There it is. It is incredible. Just gonna show. This is what goes into the sprite animation for this game. It may not seem like a lot, but it is. That is, each of those are handcrafted and done manually, frame by frame. 3D texturing is very difficult. It's hard to model a 3D render, but once you have, it's very easy to position a 3D model in all kinds of any position you want based off of the articulation points, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not so in pixel art. You do have to manually render each frame individually, and that's tough. And that's why with Confederate Express, I have to get behind them and say, I'm impressed. I support you fully, 100%, and I will be kickstarting you, and I will be more than happy to look forward to your game. And I am looking forward to hopefully Craig streaming Night in the Woods as well in the future. That is going to be it for our Kickstarter portion. We're just going to end this with video game news as we do. It's crazy because just in new releases and Kickstarters, we're 50 minutes in.
Yep.
I'm glad that video game news took the back burner portion of our cast because it's just things that we're interested in that are worth noticing, or games that are out already that you don't have to kickstart, that you can just buy right now, but is more of the proof is in the pudding, right? You can just pick it up and play it yourself, and we don't have to sell you on it. So let's start doing that. And let's start with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah!
Kingdom Hearts. We talk about this, I think, I feel way too much. There's this surge lately, right? There's a surge of Kingdom Hearts right now, which is crazy because it was dead for how long?
Oh my gosh, it was dead for real. I wouldn't say it's dead. They just haven't done anything for a long time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's so dead.
But now we have a 1.5 remix on PlayStation 3 that you're available to pick up on PlayStation 3 for $40. Now we have 2.5 remix. This is going to be available on PlayStation 3, which I'm imagining for the same amount. Good lord, this is giving me flashbacks to one of the most confusing storylines I've ever experienced in a video game.
Yep.
Heartless and clones, alternate dimension. I don't
There's just so much. It's like you can't explain it.
Yeah,
it takes like
don't
10
even
hours to explain it.
Yeah, don't even try to explain it. And this is really cool because Roxas, as you saw there, and Terra, I think, is one of their names. I forget.
That's Terra right there.
Yeah. You get to play Birth by Sleep, which is a fantastic PlayStation portable game, and then they're recoded. They also get that. So in each game, so in each HD remix, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and Kingdom Hearts 2.5, as you see there, coming 2014, you get 3 games in it, which is pretty great. It's just like what you would expect for HD remixes, right? Have you gotten 1.5 remix yet, Craig?
I haven't yet because I'm gonna. Here's my plan. Since I have so many games to play, like,
and PlayStation 4 is coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm in no rush to replay them. So basically, I'm just gonna wait until I get a definitive date for when Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out, and buy them all, and then play them over time to hold me off. So that way, I get back into the story. So the confusing story. And then that way, when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I'm hyped as shit, and I can play it and be okay.
Good plan. I'm going to do that too. Play all 6 games before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Oh my god.
God, that sounds epic. And here's what kills me. They're not available. It's not available on PlayStation 4. Come on. We could have streamed it for you folks, but no.
Unless you have a capture card.
I did not have a capture card, and I don't want to. It's hard for me to want to invest in a capture card when Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have the capability in itself, right? And that's basically why I would even bother buying a capture. I know. There's more reasons than that to buy a capture card, of course.
Well, I think for me, I'm planning on buying one because for me, I have more of a reason to buy a capture card because I have a Super Nintendo. And I can obviously hook that up to the capture card and play those games. Right, and you can play them on
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and I can hook my PS3 Wii. And stuff like that. So it's there's a reason for me to do it, but like you said, if you're gonna get the Xbox
Now you want
One.
me to get one just so I can play out through all my GameCube games and stream them.
Yep.
Dang.
And they're not that expensive. Like they're just like you can get a good capture card.
When I build a new
Nice
rig,
capture card,
when
but-
I build a new rig, I'll do it.
yeah,
I'll do it. I'm just gonna do it, which might be soon, depending on how much overtime I do and what happens next. But, yeah, I was like, dang, I'm missing out on 1.5 and 2.5 remix of Kingdom Hearts. But you know what? I don't even have a problem with it. I'm just gonna buy them both before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Play them all until Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. Play Kingdom Hearts 3. It's gonna be great.
That'll be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be the best. Let's move on to a pretty cool. I don't know if you watched this or not. Pretty cool looking game. It's called Nuclear Throne. Came out on Steam this week, I think. Actually, it's top down, pixelated, of course. I mean, you're gonna have these independent games that are very pixelated because it's fun. Pixel art is fun. Yeah. You're basically going around top down view, sort of Zelda style, I guess, Zelda 1 style a little bit. You pick up weapons, you pick up ammunition, you pick up rare weapons, and you go around and you kill stuff. Borderlands style, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe, I don't know, I read it on one website that said it was like a pixelated Borderlands or whatever. Can't remember. Sorry. I do want to give you credit. I just don't remember who you are or what you said. It looks pretty cool. If you want to look it up on Steam for us, Craig, because I don't know the price that it's at.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up real fast.
But yeah, it's top down. If you're not watching it with us, you got a gun, you got ammo, going around shooting things in a maze. Like, I don't know if it's roguelike. If it was, it's probably not. It would be really cool if it was. But you have different characters, different weapons, different equipment, all kinds of different stuff. Look pretty fun. I'm all about these kind of games where you just kind of aim and shoot and kill more things. Kind of.
It's $10. $12.99.
$12.99. That's not bad. Is it on sale? Is it probably like $15 ordinarily and then $12.99 right now? That's what I could imagine.
No, it's just $12.99 right now. There's no sale or anything like that.
Okay, cool. So $12.99. That's not bad. I mean, we're just gonna throw stuff out there that might seem like worth it, right? Just if you wanting something to play, something to consider. Nuclear Throne. What do you think, Craig?
It looks awesome. It reminds me of Binding of Isaac a little bit.
Picking up different items. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, picking up items and like it just has that like top-down view, but then it has that very Borderlands feel at the same time. I want to see if it's like roguelite at all, or just random map or anything like that.
If you find out, let us know. I'm gonna move on. And I actually do want you to see
on.
this one. It's called Eldritch. The comparisons to Minecraft are I mean, it's there. What can I say? It's very, you got the blocks like Minecraft, and it's just really easy to build things like that. It's a first-person game, though. Sort of looks a little bit like Doom. I think that would be a fair comparison in Minecraft graphics. I guess Minecraft does have that first-person. You can throw dynamite and blow blocks up. You have a gun. You avoid lizards. It's I don't know. Like I honestly don't know how to feel about this kind of game. It's like. Really,
it looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks really. I don't know. Like, I just want to get my hands on it and play it. It's sort of like a first-person shooter meets Minecraft, and with all these kind of crazy monsters and sorcerers and what have you. It says available fall 2013. Guess what? Available right now. Craig, you want to look it up on Steam for us? See how much it is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came out this week. Almost positive. Not willing to bet my life on it or my money on it, but
I'm gonna bet your life on it.
Pretty sure it did come out at least very recently. I don't know, Craig. What's your feelings? I can't even form an opinion. I don't know. Like,
it looks interesting. The couple things I did notice from the gameplay is that it's let's see, it's $14.99 off of Steam, or no, off of Steam, or you could buy it from their website. One thing I really noticed that stuck out to me is it kind of has like a element of stealth, because if you notice, like the character was like running around and like he would like backstab other monsters to like eliminate them quickly. So like it's like it has those obvious like influences from Minecraft, but then it has its own like I don't know, way of like saying, hey, instead of just like going in there with a sword or a bow and arrow or whatever. I don't play Minecraft that much at all, so I don't know what happens in that game. Like grab a rocket or whatever. You can just be stealthy and stab everybody and make your way through the dungeon or labyrinth or whatever.
My moment of stealth when he was behind the block and he kind of looked like he kind of he didn't move, but he kind of leaned over. I was like, oh, all right, I can appreciate that. So that's something to look into, right? Kind of on my radar. It was so bizarre that I still don't know how I feel about it. There are so many games that I probably won't pick it up, but it's worth mentioning, right? Again, if you're into that Minecraft or if you're into that kind of thing, might be something that you want to be interested in. This isn't just for us, for you guys too, right? So there you go. Just gonna have one more update here, which I'm actually really excited for. This isn't like, well, that's pretty cool. This is really cool. Monaco has a huge free update. I don't know if you heard about this, Craig.
I remember you getting really excited about it.
It's awesome, man. I'm gonna just go through this video. You get to play an origin story for all 8 characters in Monaco, so you get to know where they're coming from. There's different types of doors. You can get keys to open different kinds of doors now. There's different kinds of trophies. There's a new character, I believe, the blonde is what they're calling her. I don't remember. I don't know what she does, but there's that. There's also a zombie mode where you gotta avoid different kinds of zombies, right? And if you don't avoid them, they have unique characteristics, sort of a la Left 4 Dead style, from what I read and from what it sounds like, which sounds pretty cool, right? Craig, did you play much Monaco?
I haven't.
Do you own Monaco?
I do own it.
We might have to play one night with Regulicious, who is he does watch the stream quite a bit. I think we might need to. It is so much fun, especially when you got 3 or 4 people trying to do heists, and with the new modes, the new origin stories, and the new update with zombie mode and everything. It might be something that we want to look into. So there is that. Anything else you want to mention, Craig, as we wrap up episode 9? Anything you gotta get off your chest?
The only thing I have to get off my chest is that the 2DS is really cool. I talked to you about this before.
Oh, yeah.
I want everybody to know how cool it is. Like, my sister bought one, and it's legitimately really cool. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it would be pretty dumb. But, like, the way it fits into your hand, it's so comfortable, and it's, like, small, and it's just a really impressive product. Like, good job, Nintendo, for doing that. If you are seriously considering buying like Pokemon or like getting a 3DS or 2DS or whatever, I would highly recommend getting a 2DS if you can't fork over the money for the XL, just because it really is a good product. Don't bother getting the 3DS. Just either get the 2DS or the XL. Honestly, it's such a good product.
I've heard comparisons of it being a feel of like the old Game Boy, right, where it's just solid in your hands. You don't have to worry about moving it like this up and down, and then the screen going click, 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 or whatever. It's just solid in your hand. It's no fuss, no muss kind of deal.
Yep.
It does look pretty cool. I really want to hold one, get a feel for it. It looks like it impressed you. You weren't sold. I remember you weren't sold on it when it first revealed. So that is good to know, I guess you could say, right? Good.
Oh yeah, for
know.
sure.
I guess that's gonna be it for us here. 2-player co-op. You can find us on twitch.tv/2player COOP co-op. Find us on facebook.com/saltpop. That is the website that we are hosted under. You can find all of our archives, all of our videos on there. Also youtube.com/saltpopofficial. That's where all of our YouTube videos are going to be. We upload all our episodes there. We upload all our streams there, right, Craig?
Yep.
You can find us there, of course, on Twitch. This is our main hub where you're going to find any of our content, right? And like us on Facebook so you can know when to follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube videos. It does helps morale. More than anything, follow us. We love seeing new followers in our email. We love having you guys stop by, talk with us, just shoot the shit with us when we play games or when we talk about games. I'm Player 1 Trent.
And I'm 2-player Craig.
And I think that's going to be our sign off for episode 9. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again. Bye.